Okay, guys, so this is paragraph 4, your counterclaim and your rebuttal paragraph. You need to make sure that you know the difference between a counterclaim and a rebuttal. We've talked about it a couple times now in class. But whenever you're writing your paragraph, the first thing that you need to do is you need to acknowledge the counterclaim. I know it's going to drive you crazy acknowledging what the other guy thinks in the beginning of your paragraph, but that's the entire point of an argument essay. If you don't acknowledge the other side, then it's just a persuasive essay. Okay. So your first line is going to be acknowledging the counterclaim. You can use phrases like some say, opponents will argue, a few will claim, those who disagree believe. And here's a few reasons why you use those kinds of phrases. By saying some or a few, you're saying that that's the minimal. There's not a lot of people that agree that way. Or by using words like opponents or disagree or argue, it sounds like they're the ones who are on the defensive, not you. So those are excellent ways to start out with the counterclaim for paragraph 4. After you give the counterclaim, what the other guy thinks, you then get to go in and say why you're still right. And remember, that's the rebuttal, okay? And we pulled out this word B-U-T-T, meaning like we're going to butt heads over something. So here's the part where you're going to butt heads with what the other guy says, okay? So say what your rebuttal is by using a transition word right down here, alternatively, conversely, instead, or even something as easy as but or so. Those words will let your reader know, okay, here's why I am still right. And then hit them with evidence from your rebuttal. You guys have way more facts and evidence than what you already need, because for each one of your reasons, you were supposed to find 3 to 4 facts. You've only used 2 of those at this point in time. Pull something from your resources you already have. Or if you can't find one that makes sense to go along with rebuttal, go find another one. But make sure that you're using internal citations if you're using a quote from an expert, okay? Just like we did in paragraphs 2 and 3. An internal citation is according to author's name, author of, and then you write the title of the the title of the article. Okay, so just a quick breakdown whenever it comes to your counterclaim paragraph. Your first line is the counterclaim. Second line is the transition into the rebuttal. Third line is fact for your rebuttal. You do not have to give facts for the counterclaim in this. And then continue with logical thinking. This paper right here you will receive, this is going to help you out immensely. Write 2 counterclaims, write 2 things that the other guy thinks, and then write down why you're still right here. Okay, so that a way you can see very clearly the difference between their thought process and your thought process. You do have to give them somewhat of a chance here, okay? So you have to really write down why it is they think the way that they do, okay? So know the counterclaim, address it, and then write your rebuttal. Your rebuttal has to have evidence, though. It has to be factual information from a website, from a reliable source, or it has to be some sort of data-driven piece of evidence, okay? The next video I'm going to make, I'm going to go over an example with you of an excellent rebuttal, so make sure that you watch the next video as well.